Hi there, my friend. My name is Pastor Greg, and you're watching something called Transforming the World. We're in the process of studying 52 different characteristics that should be found in the life of a Christian. And this week, we are examining the topic of persuasiveness, that Christians are called to persuade others to accept Jesus Christ as Lord. Now, I know some of us have a bit of hesitancy to take opportunities to persuade, and I can tell you why. For example, I'll share with you a story, and I think you'll understand why we hesitate. See, there was a number of years ago that I was in my cell phone store asking to have my data transferred over to another phone. I was working with one salesman, and the store manager came over. He was talking about some kind of a device that would allow me to sync data in my car. This is long before Android Auto or Apple CarPlay came along. Now you got radios that do that. This was long before then. He was explaining the device to me. It's like sounded interesting and it was techie, but here's the price of the item. I was like, no thanks, I can't afford it. Well, anyway, the fellow said that since I was such a kind and courteous customer, that he would give me this contraption for free. And I like free, so I took the device, and I proudly walked out of the store. I'm thinking, man, dude, I just won the lottery. Niceness got me something. What's really odd is I don't recall the manager mentioning the monthly fee that goes with the device, just that all I heard was that he was waiving the cost of the device. And I never thought to ask any further questions. So guess who was shocked when the monthly expense showed up on my bill? What happened was I had just met a man who used deception to persuade. And guess whose store I decided I would no longer visit? I believe each of us has probably met someone like this in our life. Most people do not like being deceptively manipulated or persuaded with deception. Most Christians then, of course, don't want to appear deceptive as they persuade others to come to Christ, which is probably why a lot of Christians say, look, I don't really want to go out there and persuade people to believe because I'll sound like some kind of a used car salesman, for example. Biblically speaking, deceptive manipulation is wrong. Paul wrote 1 Thessalonians 2, this is verses 3 and 4. He said, so you can see we're not preaching with any deceit or impure motives or trickery. We speak as messengers approved by God to be entrusted with the good news. Our purpose is to please God, not people. He alone examines the motives of our hearts. In other words, you and I are told to persuade people to Christ. But don't be a lying, tricky con artist in doing this. We need to use diplomacy. We need to use kindness. We need to be sincere and Christian courtesy in our persuasion. And most important, we need to rely on the power of the Holy Spirit. So in the final analysis, it is the Spirit, it is the Lord who does the saving. It is the Spirit who does the changing. It's the Spirit that works through us. And when we get out of the way and just let the Spirit to do His work through us, then great things are accomplished. You don't have to lie. You don't have to trick. You don't have to use any kind of song and dance. You don't have to do a pony show or something in order to persuade. Just let the Spirit do the work that He is designed to do. That's why the Spirit exists, to convict. So question number 8 asks this: is my life a living testimony of God's refining fire? So as you present the good news of Jesus to those in the world, I'll tell you the truth, they're going to be able to see your genuine sincerity. At least most people will. There are still some folks out there that can't tell when they're being deceived. Case in point. But it's important that our persuasiveness be genuine and honest and sincere. We certainly don't want to be the individual who drives someone away from God. So we have been called to persuade others, but not in our own strength, not in our own cleverness, not in our own wisdom, but in the power of the Holy Spirit. Let him do the work. You be the vessel. And let the Spirit persuade through you. So, another thought about persuasiveness today at Transforming the World. We'll be back to talk about this some more tomorrow. Hope you can join us then. My name is Pastor Greg.